Hey everyone, welcome back to Kimball's Corner. I am Kimball, and today we're going to do a few things. I'm out of breath because I was running around. We are going to color a page in Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures by Camilla because it's Mermay. Also, last week I asked if you wanted me to do coloring book or my own art. Coloring book 1, so had to go at least a mermaid picture. So out of breath. I had to run downstairs.
Do your deep breath and hold for 5 seconds. Ready?
It's 5 seconds too much. Okay, so I also had a request to share Mermay pieces that I've done because I'm doing the Jane Davenport prompts from the Jane Davenport Facebook group. So I'll share those. Also have this, which I'll go over later. It's picking the colors for the piece. I also had a request to do a little bit of a focus on coloring skin, so I might spend a little bit more time on that and then just like, speed through everything else. Because that's what I do. So, Mermay pieces. This is one of them.
What was the prompt? It
was gulp. And this could be taken as she's about to gulp that fish down, or that fish is like, gulp, I'm about to be eaten. You got options. I think that's all I did in this one. The question is, why did I draw it in the back? I drew it in the back of it.
Whoopsies!
That's dumb.
Alright, what else you got?
I'm sad about it. This one was Ocean Potion. And I didn't want to do like...
Is it those bottles right there that you drew?
Yeah, this one. Little Jane Davenport goddess / Marilyn Monroe bottles, yeah.
Cute! Trisha says, hi Kimball, Rocky, and everyone.
Oh, hello. So yeah, spraying the Ocean Potion, busting out the border. Good stuff. And then this one was Starshine, so, she's a star and she's shining.
Cute.
Also, it's like metallic. There's like a little touch of glittery bitness into like her tail and all throughout here. Whatever. I used a lot of different things.
Fun.
And that's all I've done so far. I skipped one of the prompts because I wasn't feeling it at the time. I might do it later. I don't know. Okay. Get those out of the way. Okay. There they sit.
Professional organization. All right. Are you collected? I see some pencils here.
Yes, I got my pencils out earlier because I didn't want to have to spend time selecting them.
Got it.
So this is how I pick my pencils. I just test, I kind of look at the picture and kind of visualize what colors I want to use. I like complementary colors, so I was going with teals and oranges. Also, I watched Jane's live on YouTube, and she had some like teals and oranges going on in one of her images, and I was like, yes, I want to do that. So I like to do neons, though. Hers is a little more subtle and
subdued,
soft and pretty looking. Mine's going to be like in your face. But we like that sometimes. Anyway, so if you want to follow along, these are the Prismacolor numbers. And I'll just leave them on here so you can see where I used them. I had to do a couple of tests, like, I thought I would use the chartreuse. No, it made an ugly green color. I mean, I knew it'd be green, but not ugly. But yeah, so I had to go through and really figure out what I wanted to do for the colors.
Velka says, hi Kimball, I hope you have a great day from Las Vegas.
Oh, I'm going to have a wonderful day. And hey, in Vegas, my sister lives near Vegas.
In Henderson?
Yeah. This right here was my color swatch code for the actual picture. If you look closely, you can see the tentacles and the hair. She's going to have black hair, orange tentacles, blue tentacles. Okay.
Sure we see it.
It's quality. Let's get started. I guess Topo Downo.
Oh, she says, I live in Henderson.
Dun-dun-dun. You may know my sister. I don't know.
All right, you ready, Kimball?
Oh, wait, whoa. What is this gorgeousness that I'm taking a sip of?
Okay, so we have a thing here in Oxford County where in the month of May they have different art exhibitions all month long. And at this place called... Kimball will tell you because I already forgot.
The Weston Manor.
Weston Manor.
Look what it says inside.
No paintbrushes.
Keep your paintbrushes out of your coffee.
So it looks like a paint water thing, but then she actually made the stirring spoon to be an actual paintbrush. How cute!
I mean, I'll never stir it with that, but adorable.
I don't know why not. Anyway, so we went out there. It's this gorgeous manor. It'll be in a future vlog, but yeah, it was this old manor, and then they had this. It looked like a chapel or something, or like I don't know, a big stateroom.
It looked like a big room. You'd eat a big beef and potato meal. What do you think? It had like an animal head on the wall, like
praying to the Lord.
A chapel with a giant antler.
And they just had a ton of different art and sculptures and clay pottery.
Anyway. Her name was Carol Mockford. So if you're in the UK and you want one of these cups, you can probably just look her up. I'm sure she has an Instagram. So yeah,
Carol Mockford.
yes. Cover
Trisha
up.
says that cup and spoon are gorgeous.
Yeah, they're all different colors. So, you know,
Perfect. There you go.
they're fun. I love me a good mug.
If you buy the mug, you got the free stirring thing.
The stirrer. Yeah, there's like different paintbrushes. She made a bunch of different ones, and I just picked that one. Top down, Rocky.
All right,
Jeez.
finally.
Let's get to business. Am I right? Let's just. You want help? Oh, you have mastered the technique of hanging a phone.
Done.
What does it say on there?
Don't worry about it.
Rotate the device.
You're fine.
Okay.
Kimball worries about everything that's happening with the phone.
Yeah.
Even though he's not in charge.
Oh, but I am. I pull all the strings behind the scenes. Okay. Is it just me? Is it like 1,000 degrees in here already?
Well, you're the one that wanted to wear a
well,
cardigan.
I thought it would be cute. And
22 degrees. Get off.
Oh my god, it is so hot. I hate it. Summer, are you over? Okay.
Summer hasn't even started.
Shut up, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not talking about it, brah. Also had to run downstairs to get my pencil sharpener because that is a big part of coloring with colored pencils.
Well, Sadie says, hi, everyone.
Hey, girl, hey.
And Vilka says, I love the cup, or love the cup.
Oh, thanks. I thought it was a good choice. Thanks, Carol Mockford, for making it. All right, so when I color skin, because we're going to start there because that's just going to take the longest part. Well, I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that part. Let's be real, the tentacles and hair is going to take much longer. I pulled out these colors. So with coloring skin, I like to add other colors into it. You could add blues, you could add greens, whatever shadows you want. I prefer purples. I can even use pinks as it. This is kind of like a dark pink. So that's what I prefer. You could also just go the route of using like a brown, like a dark brown to a peach to a light peach to a white, even like anywhere in that whole spectrum of just like neutral skin tones. Knock yourself out.
Trisha says, Kimball, how many mugs have you collected / bought since you've been in the UK? I think it's quite a lot.
Trisha, I don't think we need to talk about that. Okay? That's not what this is about. So yes, I start with the purples and pinks. Pink I usually do for her cheeks, and I'll add more later, but I like to put it in first, so it's just kind of laying under the peaches that I'm going to lay down. So we'll do that. Not necessarily worrying about shading. Right now, I will be worrying about shading because I'm a worrier. But Camilla, Rocky's being weird.
Just zooming in.
He's just...
Calm your butt.
Well, when you move slowly and you start creeping towards me, I don't know what's going to happen, okay? I've known you for 26 years.
You're good.
Things happen.
I just want to make sure that the viewing experience is optimized for everyone watching.
All right, here, and I can even scooch this over a little, and then I can do that. So now you got your numbers.
Whatever you want.
Oh, I probably shouldn't cover those numbers up. Anyway, so just adding some pinky pinks to the cheeks, because that's just something I like. You obviously don't have to add pink to the cheeks. And I was going to go the route of like making her look like a fish, but yeah, she's already got the tentacles, so give myself a break and we'll just give her some normal mid-tone-ish skin. Bring some pink over to the nose. And then, like with her style, my coloring varies with different people's styles, like, because hers is more anime / chibi. So the nose to me is like a little tiny triangle that kind of pokes out. Otherwise, I'd be shading it much different. Like this all in here is just flat, kinda. So that's how I'm gonna color it. And I'm kind of shading with pink, but not really. We're just laying it down. So there, we got some pinks laid down. Keep that near, because we're going to be using it again. I forgot to sharpen before I came on live, because I didn't have a pencil sharpener. So apologies for that. We've been battling ants this week. It's like, for the past maybe 2 weeks, we see like 1 or 2 scout in the area, and we're like, that's fine. You can do it. There's nothing on the floor. You're going to go back, tell your friends there's nothing there, and you're going to move on. That is not the case.
And then basically overnight, it was like, up-a-bam.
There were hundreds of them, and they were going into our plant. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
They were crawling in the bottom of the vase because there's a tiny hole in the bottom, and they were making a colony inside of our plant Kamau, which is like a Dracaena plant.
Really quick, let me just explain what I'm going to do and then carry on with the story. I'm going to lay in the darkest shadows first with the darkest color. And then I'll go over those shadows with the second darkest color and kind of work my way out. And you'll see what I mean as I go. Carry on. Oh, wait.
Yawning.
Sorry, real quick. The lighting is coming from above, because like you can see these hash marks in here that she put in, so the lighting is obviously casting those shadows. So I'm going to be, darkening up under here where the eye socket is, darkening up under her nose, under her lips, and then like she has big full cheeks, so I'll probably try and fill those out and make them look round and kind of chubby. Carry on.
So yes, hundreds, if not thousands of ants. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to put the trap down. Came back later and basically lifted the flower pot up, and they were moving like larvae.
It looked like an
inside.
egg
They were
sac.
trying to move them from outside the building across our entire floor, up the side of the case, into the pot.
Well, and not only that, but they were like, our floors are, I mean, everything in England is uneven. So, like, the ground molding doesn't actually reach the floor. So, they were going under the ground molding. So, we couldn't see the full ant trail. And also, we have 2 rugs and they kind of overlap like that. So, it made a perfect little tunnel for them to crawl through.
So, anyway, got the vacuum out and sucked them all up. And I've been doing that ever since.
And they're not dead. He's taking them outside and, like, releasing them off in the distance, basically.
Yeah, like far away from the house. I did put cinnamon. So if anyone's ever curious if cinnamon repels ants, it definitely does. And I put it all over the soil of the plants.
He put it on the top of the plant. I put it on the other plant too, to keep them from digging in. Basically, they were just trying to find a new home and was not having it. Like, I freaked out. If you don't know, I do not like bugs. I don't care how great they are for the planet. I'm happy with them everywhere else, just not near me.
Yeah, so anyway, trying to get rid of them one vacuum suck at a time, basically.
Yeah, every time we lift it up, I'm just like waiting for that queen to show her face. I'm like, oh god.
Smash it!
No, we'll just suck it up and throw it out with the rest, and then they can all be together again, and they can find a new home outside somewhere.
New home.
That's where they'll be.
Far away from me.
And Rocky. Well, you should have said me and
I know,
Timmy.
I missed the
Oh my god.
opportunity.
Oh well. We move on with life.
What else do we have on the list of things to talk about? You got new shoes
Don't go
today.
through it so fast, Rocky, because then we have another hour of nothing to
got new
talk about.
Nikes.
Okay, that's done.
We were out in Bicester today, and there was like a Nike factory store, and Kimball was like, well, I was like, hey, do we need to go to the store? He's like, I guess.
So then we did. And then we both found the same shoe. I mean, I found them first, let's be real. And they're cute. I really like them. I just don't like, because so many men's shoes are just black or brown or blue.
Or boring.
Or boring, yeah. So these ones aren't like the most amazing, but they are teal, like a dark, dark teal with bright orange highlight thingies on them. And I have an orange jacket, so I can wear it and it'll look just great. All right, we are done
It's these colors.
Yeah, basically. Done with the dark purple. I'm going to set it aside. And we're going to go in with the lighter purple. And we're just going to like go over the dark areas and then shade it out a little bit more.
Velka says, I have to go, but we'll see your beautiful, beautiful art later. Thank you both. See you later.
Bye. Thanks for popping by.
Bye. Have a good day.
Or night. I guess.
Or night.
Well, day, I guess.
Just have a good week.
Anyway. So I got shoes. Very exciting. And they were like 30% off the lowest mark ticket price.
We have a bank holiday tomorrow.
Well, that's exciting, which means we can't go to the post office and return our killer microfiber sheets.
Which killer isn't like they're going to kill you slowly.
Which we didn't talk about. I mean, I would still use them, but you're like, no. So.
Yeah, I just would like to avoid it if we can.
I
know this is just thrilling.
It's just annoying because they are the perfect color that I wanted. And we read about microfiber, and it's basically, going to kill you slowly, so whatever. Get rid of those. I got some new ones from John Lewis, which they're fine. They're a little too golden for what I really wanted, but coloring in a little dimple right here. I always do little dimples no matter what the character is. Unless they're like super angry, then they don't get dimples. Okay.
Trisha says, I don't think it kills them, just confuses them.
Yeah, well, it just made them go away. Wait, are you talking about the cinnamon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
It just made it so, because they kept crawling out of the top of the plant, or the top of the soil where the plant was, and so we put cinnamon all around there, so they weren't coming out that way, they were just coming out the bottom. And it was much easier to get to them. Sharpening pencil.
I'm just wondering how vast their civilization is inside my plant.
Poor
Like how
Camille.
many little ant houses are in there?
Ugh. Seeing their little larva egg sac things was disgusting. I grabbed the wrong color. We're starting with this one. This is the darkest skin tone that I'm going to be using because purple's not, usually a skin tone. But, your blood, when it's not oxygenated, it has like a bluish purple tint. So she might be a vampire, okay? We don't know, but we're going to warm it up and we're going to see where it goes. Again, I'm going a lot heavier with the contrast because I wanted to. I usually do it pretty soft and like a pretty subtle shading and stuff. And I don't know. Kind of feel like going darker with this one.
Getting crazy.
Well, I don't know if I'm getting crazy, but...
Kim and I are on day 5 of our, eat healthier and exercise each day.
Oh yeah, I made a little chart.
Oh, I should go get it and show them.
Well...
I'm going to go get it. It's cute.
Okay, I made a little... I like to make little charts because it keeps me... What's the word?
Motivated. Energized.
Well, it's like... It's not really the word I'm looking for. It's like, if I don't do it, I'm going to feel bad about myself. Accountable. That's the one. So, yeah. I can't see comments, so if you guys are commenting, apologies. But Rocky he'll bring me up to speed when he gets back. But, yeah. Basically, I'm just trying to not eat refined sugars. And what else? Oh, no carb. Well, no, breads. No pastas. It's the worst. And rice. But...
all the things that are lovely and enjoyable.
And milk. I'm still having cheeses and stuff, but I'm going slow on the milk because mostly I just want to see if it's going to help my skin. My skin is not great. It's been awful since we've lived here, so I'm going to see what we can do about that. Real quick, there it is. Oh, wasn't that just the cute? May health and fitness. Oh my gosh, the cutest thing you ever did say. I need to... Well, health is good. Fitness, I need to do my little treadmill. And I'm not even doing a hard workout or anything. It's just a 15-minute treadmill. I usually do a little bit more, but my goal is to at least do 15 minutes a day.
Are you jogging or what are you doing?
No, I mean, I can sometimes, but, just doing a little extra walk on top of whatever else we decide to do.
Got it.
Yeah. Now I need to just kind of bring in some color here. A little bit here. All right. Moving on now to the actual skin tones. This is just peach. And we can press a little bit harder, start getting rid of some of that texture, burnish the colors together.
Trisha says, I just had a huge chocolate and salted caramel cookie. Yum.
You know what, Trisha? I hope you get diarrhea. I'm jealous.
Why? So you guys can be twinsies?
Ew, shut up. Let's not talk about it. I do love me some chocolate. Although I'm not a fan of salted caramel unless it's done right. So it's either hit or miss with me with salted caramel. Usually it's hit. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, a little too heavy on the salt there.
Ugh.
Rocky's been busting his butt working on the vlogs. We didn't get to put one up yesterday.
I know, I'm disappointed. Well, I'm kind of disappointed, not really. But I basically really wanted to put a new vlog out every single week. So starting on December 9th of this last year is when we started posting episodes. And I was like, I'm going to do it every week. And then the past month has just been insane at work. And so I've been working crazy hours trying to get work done and the vlog. And yesterday... I still had maybe 2 hours left on the vlog, and I was like, I could just export it the way it is now and just put it up and just half-ass a thumbnail. And then I was like, why am I stressing myself out about this? I can post it whenever I want. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
It's just, I know that people start relying on, when we watch people on YouTube and they miss a week, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of those people are doing that full time, and that's what they do. And they don't have regular jobs, so it's they can just easily finish a vlog in a week.
Or they have a team helping them.
But yeah, as it is now, it's just good God, so many hours. It's fun to do. It's just I need to take a break every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's good. Good to take a break.
I think the episode's funny as hell, though. I can't wait to post it next week. I don't know if anyone else will think it's funny, but I do.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, we got in that color. Now we're going into light peach. I don't need to sharpen this one as much because I don't need a fine point or anything, but we'll see where it goes. What else? So Oxfordshire, it's what is it? Oxfordshire Are you falling asleep or are you like tired?
Art month or art fest or whatever.
Weeks or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're doing this art thing all month long in May, which is very exciting, and it's all over Oxfordshire. I think the first what were we told? Like the first 2 weeks were like in the north area, or I don't know. They're different areas, like 3 different areas throughout the whole month.
I think there's some stuff happening all month long in Oxford.
Probably. So yeah, we might go check out a little bit more of it, because there were some other mugs that I actually really wanted to get from other ceramic artists. Will I? I probably won't. I do have too many mugs. Shut up, Trisha. You don't know me. I do have a lot of mugs. Adding some more pink into those cheeks because it did get hidden under some of those colors before I go over with the lightest. And we'll try and keep it pretty light because we lost... Well, I didn't lose, but like it's never easy to add the blush and still make it nice and light. How you doing, Rock?
I'm good. I'm just watching you color.
Well, that's good. You should color with me sometime.
Yeah,
No?
I should. But will I?
Not with that attitude.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway, just kind of lightly going over everything, trying to bring the colors together with the power of light peach. Kind of doing a swirly motion, because if you do up and down, you might see the strokes.
These ones don't have like striations coming out of them, do they? Like the other ones?
Like, oh, you mean the oil pencils?
Or whatever was last week's pencils?
No, like these, the wax ones for me lay down a lot smoother, but I'm sure it's different for everybody.
What were last week's?
The Caran d'Ache.
Oh, right. Luminance.
Yes.
Something.
Basically, I'm just kind of burnishing the colors with a white, which will pastelize and blend them. You could use a colorless blender too. Not that I'm not a fan of colorless blenders, I just don't feel the need to use one.
I could use one. I choose not to.
I think I even have one. I think I got one. My parents bought me a Prismacolor set when I was a kid, and I think it came with one. And I mean, obviously I didn't get rid of them, but...
Kim, what do you think your favorite song in the world is?
I love you. You
No,
love me.
I don't even continue with that.
We're a happy family.
I'm gonna rip that coloring page out of this book if you keep singing.
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to.
Did you used to watch Barney like after school or before school?
No, I never did, but Terry's mom, like, she did daycare, so they always watched it over there.
I used to, every day before school, I used to watch Garfield and Friends.
Real quick before you... I did
Yes.
too.
Yes. Go ahead.
So her face looks dark now because everything else is white. So just calm down.
Calm down, guys. God.
It'll change.
Could you just...
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just going to use this color that I used on her skin for her lips. And then I'm going to use the pink for the lighter part of her lips. Just because I'm too lazy and I don't want to have to pick out another color.
You lazy? I don't think so.
No. I'm hoping a spider. It's really warm in here, and I opened the attic window, the loft window, and I'm just really hoping the spider doesn't come in.
I tried to do a bunch of vacuuming outside the house, too, around the windowsills, so hopefully that got rid of some of the spiders, but...
I'm just not a fan of spiders.
Couldn't reach the second story.
I don't think you tried very hard.
I didn't even look up.
Well. Alright. Again, like, coloring style-wise, it is a little hard for me to color Camilla's style. Because I'm used to coloring, my style. But I try. Hopefully that's close enough. Her lips are a little different than the way I draw my lips.
Trisha says, today I've been following an art lesson and discovered the wonder of neutral tint watercolor for underpainting, and I love it.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know this technique.
Well, you take a neutral tint and you do an underpainting of watercolor. Is what I'm getting from what she just said.
And then what, you add up like...
I think you tint the whole page with like a neutral color so none of the white shows through, and then you paint on top of it.
Got
and
it.
clear it. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it... I mean, that's how I took it.
I remember there were some digital art courses that were showing that too.
Yeah, sure, why not? So, done with the face colors. Going in now with the tentacle colors. We're going to color these ones first. And I think this bow will be orange, and then these these tentacles will be orange. This one I think is going to be blue. Maybe. We'll see. No, that bow's going to be blue. I don't know. We'll make it up as we go. But the neon colors are just for the tentacles. I'm just going to color them a solid color. So, oh goodness. It's always fun to figure out what is what.
Goodness gracious. You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to stretch my legs while we're doing this.
Wow, you're crazy.
I know. Got to do something.
So
productive.
I'm starting with the dark brown. Even though it is orange, I mean, trying to do more of a dramatic lighting piece. Because I always, draw pretty light and vibrant colors. So I'm trying to just darken it up a little bit.
It's so chaotic under your desk.
Oh, on the like against the wall?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that space.
Oh. It seems organized when you're above it. I mean, it's organized enough.
It's pull-out stuff, so it's like I can pull out the little cubby thing, and so, it's all just thrown into a cubby, and then I can pull it out and look at it.
I see a brayer.
Yeah.
I see LED lights.
You see LED?
I see random, old JAMA bottoms that you cut up.
Yes, I use them for a cover of a journal. What LED lights? Oh, just like light bulbs.
Yeah, light bulbs.
Gotcha. Okay, I was thinking like string lights. I was like, wait,
806 lumens, 60 watt equivalents.
Probably don't want that.
What?
That light.
Why?
I don't know. Anyway, that's hair back there.
Better than hair down there.
Well, some people like the hair down there.
Tails in their throat. All right, so Kimball,
is
there anything else on your list you want to talk about?
I love how you're just rip-roaring through all my lists so you can have stuff to talk about. Come up with your own crap.
Okay. I just talked about your underdesk.
And it was thrillabots.
Riveting.
What else we got? I got arts, shoes. Oh, we talked about ants now? I think I need to thank... Oh, I didn't take down names. I think they're actually in the coloring group that I'm in on Facebook. But they recommended an online website for Prismacolors, where you can buy them open stock in the UK. And I've seen it before, but I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't trust it. But I've had a couple of different people recommend that same site, saying they use it. And so I will use it now. I am excited. Yay, Prismacolors. Okay, there's someone new on the group that I haven't seen comment before. It's Little My Anna. So we have to sing a song. Little My Anna, welcome to the channel. To Everyone the channel. Welcomes you. It's Little My Anna, you. Okay, that's all you get. From Sweden. Oh, well, welcome. I should have tried to sing it in a Swedish accent, but that would have just offended people, I think, so didn't do it. I am not even sure what a Swedish accent sounds like. If you had to guess, what would you guess? Yes, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm not going to play your little games. Won't mind. I'm not playing your games. She won't mind. Will you, Little Mayanna? No, she won't mind. Do you want to hear Kimball try to do a Swedish accent or not? See, I'm instantly thinking of Cameron Diaz from Charlie's Angels. Charlie's Angels. Yeah. I think that was Swiss. Well, close enough. Not really. I don't think so. Whatever. You're the one that said that Ohio and Michigan were the same. Well, I mean, that's much closer than Switzerland and Sweden. They're quite a ways away from each other. You know what? I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm sure there's a train that connects them, so it counts for something. Maybe there's a zip line. I doubt that. Oh. Anyway, coloring this the same as I did her face, where I'm going over the darkest areas, because you can see there it turned more orange. It just blends in. Little Mana says, yeah, thank you for this song. You're welcome. Oh, God. And she's like, thanks, bye. Oh, okay, great. What did I get into? Oh, World of Fun. Let's see. Let me just color this one dark down here. How many of you have the Camilla Derrico books? Maybe not this one. Raise your hands. Well, I know she's popular, and I know Johanna Basford's popular. And, for someone that's fairly new to coloring books, those are the two that I see a lot of. I feel like I've seen them for years. Michael's had them. Yeah. Did they have the Joanna Basford ones, though? Yeah. I think Joanna actually lives in the UK. Little Mayanna does. Trisha says my next... Oh, I thought she said my next lawyer will be watercolor, but she says my next layer will be watercolor using skin tones. The lesson was from Paint Your Heart and Soul 2024. Mm. And then Sadie says Sweden has the best music. Yeah, because you got ABBA.
I didn't realize ABBA won Euro.
You know what? You talked about that last week.
I know.
You
but
were
I'm
so
I'm just
past
amazed
tense.
by it.
Why are you amazed by it?
I didn't even realize it was a thing back then.
Baby, I'm amazed by you.
And then Celine Dion in the 90s or something.
Okay.
What's happening?
I don't even know. All right, going in with the brighter orange, going to brighten things up a bit. Trying to keep a little bit of a highlight, which I'll go over with white. And kind of blend it together.
I guarantee you that anytime we're on this vlog and Kimball says the word highlight in a sentence, we both immediately in our heads, no matter what's happening, go, highlight! Because there's a 17 song, and it's called Highlight, and that's what they sing in the chorus anyway. So anytime Kimball says that, just picture us thinking about it, because we are.
That's who we are. Couple of carrots for 17.
Oh, just stretching over here. Yeah, getting my workout, my fitness.
Why are you making old man noises?
Getting my fitness.
I know, I'm going to have to go on the treadmill after this, which is kind of annoying.
Oh my lord.
Although, technically, I did give myself, I said, Kimball, you can take weekends off. So technically, I don't have to do it, but I'm probably still gonna.
Sadie said, I was thinking of electronic and metal music. I used to work at IKEA, and there was this guy named, what was his name?
I don't know. We haven't even talked about Maestro, though. Maestro.
Oh, right. So there was this kid, Jimmy, that worked in the warehouse, and he was like, he was Scandinavian, and he had really long hair and beard, and it was just like the kindest, most gentle guy ever. And
I think I vaguely met him. Okay.
Yeah, and then of course we come to find out he's in like a death metal band, and he's the main singer. And I was like listening to his music, I was like, this tracks. Anyway. It's always the unassuming ones. Yeah, so this week, our favorite band released a new song called Maestro.
Well, they released a new album, but yes.
And it's amazing. What else do you want to say about it?
It is so good.
I don't know. We can't keep saying all this stuff about 17. No one's going to care. It's just, we love them. They're amazing. We love their songs. They have a new music video. It's amazing. We love them. They are.
Well, it's about AI, somewhat.
Kind of, yeah.
But it's also like about like how they're musicians and they love all music and they're going to incorporate it. You know, whether, like, in this actual one song, they incorporated, like, classical, techno, rap, hip-hop. Like, they put everything into it and made it all go together. I'm like, how?
There was, like, scatting in it. It was so random.
And, because they were just talking about how they just love to create music, and doesn't matter the type, they just love music.
And then the last track they released a couple months ago was called God of Music, which was, they were, like, talking to the God of Music, saying, like, thank you for existing and for giving us
They were saying, if there is a God of music,
Yeah.
I want to give them a big hug of gratitude. Gosh, Rocky, get it right.
I know.
I feel like Rocky's growing restless. He's over doing the lives with me.
No, I'm just like, I gotta stretch my legs. I've literally been sitting in that chair day after day for hours and hours and hours, and I feel like I just can't sit for very long anymore. I just gotta get up and move. It's like Meg Ryan in French Kiss when she's like,
Gotta walk.
Move.
Gotta walk.
Gotta walk.
Yeah, but that's because she ate cheese.
Don't say it.
I'm saying I like the cheese. God. Anyway. I'm going to watch that movie again. It's been a long time.
I feel like there's a lot of movies that we need to watch from the 90s.
Yeah. Also, we both woke up in the middle of the night to a little thump thump from up in the loft. Rocky's like, I'm not going to check it out. It's probably just the house settling. I'm like, is that the house settling? Because it was a thump is what that was. And we think there's a squirrel. Maybe we talked about that last week in our ceiling.
I hope it's a squirrel. I want to be friends with it.
Well, our landlord gave us this like sonar, radar, animal, rodent, anti-thingy.
You plug it in the wall and it sends the pests away.
Yeah, so haven't heard him since. I moved it. We had it in the bathroom before because that's where I heard noises. And then, yeah, I don't know, I moved it into our entryway and I haven't heard anything. So I'm like, I guess it's gone. Maybe.
Oh, Little Mayanna says, we have Eurovision in Malmo this week. Oh, fun.
Fabulous. I think it was just a post on YouTube of this group, and it was a guy and girl, and they were like, we're going to be memorable. They looked crazy, like, in a good way.
Wait, what was this?
I don't know, I just saw a thumbnail, and it was like, we're going to be memorable.
Was it for Eurovision?
Yeah, and they had, like, dark makeup on and stuff. And fun outfits. I'm really debating if I want to add, because originally I was just going to do this, which maybe I'll just do that. Keep my life simple. Just going to have orange suction thingies. Because I was going to do a whole gradation thing, but that just takes so long to do. And I already know it's going to take a long time to do this piece. Yeah, I think that's one. And that.
Colleen says, "Hey guys, French Kiss is one of my favorite movies."
Oh, I love it. I will triumph.
I love that movie. What are some other really good ones from the 90s?
Pretty woman walking down the street.
I felt like Pretty Woman was fine, but it's like I watched it once and I was like, okay.
It's because you don't appreciate the street workers.
I do! What do you mean I don't?
I don't know. I remember watching that. I was like, wow, Jason Alexander's a total dick in that movie.
I love Mr. Wrong with Ellen DeGeneres and Bill Pullman.
Has anybody watched... Oh, God, I don't know what it's called. It's new on Netflix, I think. It's about, like, the cereals. Like, Kellogg's and Post, and they're, like, competing back in, like, the 60s or something. And it's written by Jerry Seinfeld. Has a huge cast. Like, Melissa McCarthy, Jerry Seinfeld.
What?
Yeah, I just saw it on Netflix today. I was like, wait, what?
It's a series?
No, it's just a movie.
Oh, how random.
But yeah, I was like, wait, what? Who? How? Okay, maybe I'll watch it. I don't know.
Little Diana says, Breakfast Club is my favo.
Oh my God, I love it.
I mean, you've got to get, like, Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Howard the Duck.
I don't know about Howard, but whatever.
I just remember watching it a bunch when I was a kid.
Wait. Maybe I will color this tentacle, and then we can move on. Because I don't have to color all of this on the live. I can just show you what I'm doing, and then I can post the finished piece on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, you really have a plan.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but it's been like, well, it's been half an hour.
What if you had a time limit of 1 hour? Could you finish it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be, like, amazing looking. I mean, not that this is amazing, but it wouldn't be, like, as good as it could be.
It wouldn't be up to your standards.
And then I'd probably come back in later anyway and try and fix as much as I can. So I'm going to do this tentacle, and then we'll move over and color one of the other tentacles in blue and see how it looks, because it might just look atrocious. One thing you can do is if you have like an iPad, you can use Procreate and kind of just do some color, like do some thumbnails. But I don't know, I'm lazy. All right, so I'm going to keep the orange ones nearby, but we're going to move on to teal.
Little Diana says, have you seen Con Air? It's from the 90s. Yes.
Ah, I saw it in the 90s, so I don't even remember what it was
Have you
about.
seen Face Off? Also featuring Margaret Cho, of all people.
Featuring or?
Well, she's in it.
I just watched Fire Island, I think is what it was called, on Disney. She was in it. She owned like a house.
Fire
On Fire
Island?
yeah.
Is it recent?
More recent, yeah. Alright, so with this one, keeping it simple with just, dark, medium, and light aquas. And then tempted to take it into this, but I think, again, I'm just going to use this for the suctions. Because I was going to do that effect on the tentacles, but I don't know. It's a lot of work. Actually, it's not. I could just do it down there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. As of right now, we're just going to work on the dark stuff.
CD says, wow, that looks awesome already.
Oh, why, thank you, darling. And I'm going to give her black hair, which I never really do. I rarely work with black in my artwork. But I thought, why not?
Do the opposite of everything you ever do on today's live.
No.
Okay.
Okay. I'm glad we had that little chat.
Did you have any good dreams last night, Kimball?
I don't remember.
I've been doing this thing where when I go to bed for the past week, I've been keeping my phone really far away from my head. And so the first night I did it, I had super vivid dreams. And I was like, is that just a coincidence? Probably. And then the second night I did it again, had super vivid dreams. And I was like, is it a coincidence? Probably. Maybe it's just in my head. And
Right,
then,
it could also just, your brain's like, the phone's over there, let's get to it.
Maybe. And then the third night I forgot. And I just set my phone on this bedside table. And I had dreams, but they weren't as easy to remember. They were more fuzzy, I guess. They weren't as detailed. Then the next night, put it away from my head again. I had super detailed dreams. I was like, is my phone literally impacting the type of dreams I have?
Anything's possible.
So yeah, it's been like 7 nights in a row now, and every time my phone's far away from my head, I've had really vivid dreams, and I dream a lot more. Try it tonight.
Also, been incredibly obsessed with X-Men 97 on Disney.
I know. How have we not talked about that?
Well, I don't know how many people on here are actually like comic book X-Men fans, but oh my god, I grew up with the X-Men. That was my favorite cartoon. Jean Grey is my favorite. Well, Jean Grey and Storm. Storm originally was my favorite, but then I read a comic book about Jean Grey fighting Sabretooth, and that was like, I was like, oh my god, you are amazing. So that made me love her. So she's my favorite. And then the whole Phoenix thing, I read that saga, and I was like, oh my god, you're amazing. But just like the fact that you have to like, you could just think the wrong thought and kill someone. Like that's so scary. And just having to like be that control of your thoughts. I don't know. So I just maybe so the respect level for her went up, but then after Phoenix, I was like, you are my everything, and I love you. So,
did I ever tell you you're my hero? I'm gonna do this on Kimball right now and see how he reacts with the artwork.
Well, it's not so great with the ponytail.
It's fine.
Oh my god, it feels so good. Oh my god, whoever came up with like this use of like extra hangers, thank you.
Is that what it was for, from extra hangers?
I don't know. Oh my god, it feels amazing. It feels even better when somebody else does it.
I know. Why is that?
I don't know. Even when I do it myself, I'm like, it feels nice. But then you do it, and I'm like, oh my god, I could slip into a, like, not a coma, but like deep sleep.
You tell me I could get you to shut up? I'm just kidding.
Rude. Absolutely rude.
They should do a thing where this just sticks in your hair, and then you can like wrap your hair around it.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, fine.
All right. This is where it kind of folds on itself, so we gotta do a little folding action. Let's see. I kind of want this to come up. It's always kind of hard to shade.
Little Diana has to go. Bye.
Oh, bye.
Thanks for coming. It was nice to have you on the chat.
Your song will always be here. All right. Let's bring in the next
says,
color.
No, your phone is sucking your dreams out of your head, Rocky.
Probably.
It's the man. That's what's doing it. It's the man. Who is the man?
Damn the man. Save the empire. That is from
Little
Empire.
Diana says blue hair. And then she also says the Alien series, so you like that.
Blue hair like on this, or is there like a show called Blue Hair?
I don't know. Do you like the Alien series?
I like some of them. They're all enjoyable to watch, but when it comes to like plot and acting stuff, some are better than others.
I just like the first one because it's basically like a story about a cat lady.
Okay.
She's just trying to save her cat.
My cat. This is a bow that I'm just coloring blue. The movie Prey, also on Disney Plus. Well, not sponsored. Really good. Like, it was like it's for the Predator series, and it was like Predator way back in the day, I guess.
Is it the one about the girl who's like the main character?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried to get you to watch it. You're like, nah. I was like, I think you would like it. Like, I really liked it.
It's just anything serious lately. I'm like, can't be bothered.
But it's like action and fun and yeah. Anyway, coming up with the next darkest color coming out of those shadows.
Shadow my, shadow my. That's funny because every time you say shadows or highlight, I think of the 17 song.
Well, there's a lot of things that I say that make me think of a 17 song.
I know. I'm bored with us too, don't worry.
I think we're riveting.
I think we're Peachy Keen. What is that from?
I think he sounds Peachy King. Grease.
Grease. Oh my god.
Danny Zuko.
Just looking around the room, see if there's anything else entertaining to talk about. That's where we're at now, guys.
Looking for things around the room. I wish I could play music that wouldn't cause copyright issues, but also like that I actually want to listen to.
You just have to go through the entire YouTube music library, Kimball.
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna do this.
I can play some songs from YouTube if you want.
No, I think I've tried it before and it just like bugged me. Because like I think people said it was a distraction and I was like, I agree. I mean, not that I'm talking about anything amazing and I don't really need to talk about what I'm doing because it's kind
You
of
do.
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. But Rocky's yawning, so I'm trying to speed through it.
It's not. Don't worry about me. It's just I'm just tired from working. That's all.
You're just tired of it all.
I'm sick and tired.
Little random shadows around all these little tentacles. All right, let's bring this out.
I still have to work out after this. That's the scary part.
We already talked about it.
I know, but it's like it's a heavy workout. It's not like light workout.
Well,
How am I going to muster up the energy for it? How am I going to do it?
you're just gonna think about how big your titty pops are gonna pop.
Well, I
and
was like, where are you going with that?
your pectoralis.
I have inspiration on my phone of like a guy with like the ideal body of like what I would like my body to be, which it never will be, obviously. I'm just not that motivated or dedicated, but it's definitely good inspiration to like look at before I work out, and I'm like, okay, I've got this.
I'm starting to doubt your commitment to sparkle motion.
Sadie says, oh, my internet connection is bad today because of the weather.
Ugh. And what is going on with the weather, by the way, around the world? Floods, earthquakes, heat waves.
Volcanoes.
Like, what is going on? I mean, let's not get into it because I feel like religion's going to rear its ugly head into this conversation, and we're not going to do that.
I think it's just, you know, there's always been these things. It's just they're happening more and more frequently.
Yeah.
They're also like televising them a lot more.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing right there is that, like, things are so much easier to tell the world now.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, it just sounds, I mean, obviously it is, I think it is happening more, but it just sounds like it's happening a lot more frequently, like anything and everything, just because you hear about it no matter where it's happening in the world.
I think there's a lot of things happening that we don't hear about. That's the scary part.
Yeah. And let's not talk about it.
I know. I'm picking out threads on my jacket while we're doing this.
Well, highlight of my evening.
I've got things to do, Kimball. I'm a busy man.
You can start picking all the, said toilet paper, napkin.
Did you tell everyone about that?
Yeah, I showed him last week my fuzzy cardigan with the we went through the wash with the napkins, basically.
And then he vacuumed it on the ground.
Yes, because you were saying we should have vlogged it. Trying to just make it kind of shiny and interesting without making it like metallic. That was too much. Whatever. Bring this up a little. Try to keep this separated so, you know, it shows like there's some fleshiness.
Gotta keep them separated.
Oh my god. Did you ever find out what that song was by Ben Folds 5?
Refrigerator Raider. Oh, Diane says, hi, Kimball and Rocky. I
Hi.
joined in time to catch the weather conversation.
Oh, well,
I
you
agree
know.
with your synopsis, but unfortunately today it is mild, sunny day here in Western Canada.
Well, that sounds lovely, though.
Trisha says, it's raining.
We had really lovely weather today. It was sunshiny.
I feel like instead of saying it's England or it's raining, you could just say it's England.
You never know what you're going to get.
Except for rain. You know you're going to get that.
Well, at least clouds.
It was beautiful, though, this afternoon.
Yeah, we went, when we were at the Weston Manor, we walked around their garden. It was gorgeous. Small, but gorgeous.
It was so pretty. We weren't filming a vlog or anything, but I just filmed maybe like 10 minutes of stuff and like filmed all the grounds and stuff, so we'll probably edit it into one of the future vlogs as like a random aside. I'm sure I'll just like conveniently interrupt whatever we're doing in that vlog.
I'm sure it'll make sense.
I'm sure. Just like all the other vlogs we have.
Alright, just coming in with some white, just gonna burnish everything. And I can come back in with the white paint pen and add some like brighter highlights here and there. I feel like I'm getting a little sloppier as time goes on just because I do want to get it done. I've got things to do. But also I don't want like a multi-parter because, oh my god, just leaving the color pencils on my desk for a week drives me insane.
Does it?
Yes. Because it's like I don't want to move them because I don't want to like either break them or like forget which ones I'm using. And so they have to
put them in a special like temporary case of I'm still using these, don't touch them.
Do you know how often I put stuff in a safe spot and then never find it again?
Where are they? I have to use the restroom. Bye.
Rocky's gonna go take a nap. We know what you're doing. You're just gonna go take a little nappy nap.
That would take like 3 hours because I can't do a 10-minute nap.
I always try and nap and I end up falling asleep for like maybe 10 minutes and I'm like wide awake and I hate it. I'm wide awake. Who sings that? Katie?
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't really care. Rocky, hurry, I can't see conversation.
Come on, you talk.
I love how people are probably like writing about something and I'm talking about something completely different.
That's fine.
Is it though?
I'm brushing my hair now.
Oh my god, he's brushing his hair, people. I'm gonna color this bow orange. Well, dark brown on the interior. And just some dark brown little bits in here. Just keeping the darker colors on the underside. I'm assuming there's wrinkles in there, that's why I did these bits right here. Rocky, hurry, I have nothing to talk about.
Oh my word! Do I have to do everything around here?
Yes, thanks.
Of all the days, she'd have run out of things to talk about.
Well, I'm not like much of a talker in the first place.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that so, Kimball?
Yeah.
What is your life goal and ambition?
To keep doing what I'm doing.
What do you want to achieve with your life? With your miserable, mealy little life, Kimball?
You know, it would be nice not to get sweaty when I have to do, like, anything.
So anxiety levels when you have to do, like, anything.
Yeah, if they could just go away.
I was at work and I was talking to one of my coworkers and or like colleagues, and they were basically, I was saying that you hate talking on the phone. They're like, oh my god, I can so relate to Kimball.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can. I'm going to use these colors for the little furry ear thingies. I'm not going to use purples in there just because purple I leave for the skin tone. I think it might look weird up here. Also, when you're using, like, if you're going to use a purple for a skin tone or a different color, don't, like, just do it around the eyes because then it looks like eyeshadow or a bruise. Don't, like, just do it down here because then it'll look like a 5 o'clock shadow, unless that's what you're going for. So just make sure you kind of do it evenly everywhere.
Kimball, Trisha
Yes.
asks, have you ever entered any of your art into a competition?
No.
Would you?
I mean, I guess. But I mean, I would have to know what the competition is and make a piece specifically for it. Because most of my stuff's done in journals, so I'd have to, like, get canvas or watercolor sheets or something. Since this is fur, I'm kind of just making it scratchy. And I'm making the interior more pink, and then the exterior just have a little pink around the bottom. And then we'll come in with the peach. Although maybe I should do browns instead of peaches, but yeah, here we are. Laying in the texture.
You should participate in one of the like arts and crafts fairs nearby at some point.
I mean, maybe.
You could just do a series of like 20 pieces over the course of a couple months.
Okay, can I just whip that out of my butthole?
Yeah, you just do like mixed media pieces, just whatever you like doing.
Uh-huh.
Just do a bunch, do 50 of them, and then just take like your favorite 20.
That sounds like something fun for you to do. I'm gonna come in here with it. No,
And then print out a bunch
darker.
of G-Clay prints and get all the wrapping and all the packaging done, and just like
And then
comic book days when you just do comic book festivals.
And then, anything that doesn't sell, it sits around the house, and then I have to figure out what to do with it. Fun! I think that's why I kind of stopped doing that stuff.
Trisha says, I once won a prize for a card I made.
Well, lovely.
That's fun. Diane asks, how many journals have you completed? I have 9 on the go, and none are finished.
Oh, girl, I have probably 20 finished ones, and then I have about 15 on the go.
I mean, you could just literally print prints from those.
I know.
I'm sure you could find your top 20 favorite pieces across your 20 journals. Just pick your favorite one from each journal.
Right. I should find a darker brown, but I don't want to, so we're bringing this orange color in. Which is fine, she's got orange.
Do you guys, so everyone who's watching, do you guys remember the moment when you were like, I really want to do art? you remember like how old you were, what you were doing, what it was that inspired it, or was it just something that gradually happened over time? Kimball, what was yours?
I don't think there was ever a moment where I was like, I want to do art for the sake of doing art. I think people responded to what I was creating, and that made me want to create more. So, I don't know. I was probably like 13 maybe when I was getting kind of like people complimenting my stuff. But I don't think I was really good at drawing until maybe like 16 or 17. Like that's, at 13 I started reading comics and I started like imitating their artwork until I found somewhat of my own style.
You had your own style very early on. Like when I first met you, you had a very distinct style.
Yeah. But it changes. I'm kind of just trying to keep all of the same colors. One, because I'm lazy and don't want to have to get new ones. But two, it makes the picture more cohesive.
More cohesive.
More cohesive. Just want to clean off the white. And then just blend that down in. Can you guess what color her eyes are going to be?
Orange?
Yes.
Like your shoes?
But I'll probably add neon into them. So we'll do a little bit of the dark.
Today's piece is inspired by Kimball's new Nikes.
And then we'll bring the neon.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yes. And then I'll just use the dark aqua.
It's funny how, like, the camera just cannot pick up how vibrant the colors are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. One trick around that is when you edit a photo on your phone, turn the highlights down, and it makes the neon colors stand out a lot more. But it can really ruin the other colors, so just make sure it doesn't totally ruin the picture. Just adding blue around, just over her lashes and stuff. Not that you can really tell, but I can. Oh, let's do this. I'm not sure what that is. I feel like it's a tentacle on the underside. It is now.
It's whatever you want it to be.
That's true. It's so vibrant. Oops, kind of colored some blue into that one.
Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, well, we say whoops and then we move on.
What's your favorite version of that? Like, whoops. Oh no, whoopsie daisy.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I don't know. I don't have a favorite version of a whoopsie.
Trisha says, I always wanted to draw as a child. I was obsessed with ballerinas, but I only seriously started to art around 6 years ago when I was delusioned with the craft industry.
Well, I wanted to start an Etsy shop, and then I was like, no. Why? Because I just can't be bothered to be that disciplined.
You bought the printer for it.
Yeah, but it's good to have that since we don't have our other printer now. Since it got fried when we plugged it in here.
Bzz.
Whoops.
That's fun. Trisha, I didn't know you just started doing art seriously 6 years ago. That's very surprising to me.
She's come a long way. You've actually come a long way, like, since you started doing the charcoals just a little while ago. Your art is improving constantly. Okay, so with the her up her, we're going to do black. Probably start over here because it's easier. And I picked out, what is this, slate? Slate, gray, and black. And there's the colors, there's numbers if you want them. Very simple with the hair. Like color-wise, I mean. We could make it as complicated as we want. But where she's shaded it, I'm just going to bring it out. Where Camilla has added the shade lines, I'm just going to bring the black out roughly to the ends of those. And then we're just going to do the strokes. And we're not going to take it out too far because I want to include the slate. So it gets kind of a bluish gray tint to it. And then we want, this is the top of like this little curl. So the shine is going to be closer to the top. Whereas like the bottom, we can bring this up quite a bit further.
Trisha says, apart from when it isn't.
Well, we don't show those pieces.
Diane says, I was about 19 when I first thought I would take a course on drawing. Then I gave up for several years, then picked it up again 10 years ago. I've tried to pick up techniques from people like you.
Oh, well, thanks. I hope I help sometimes. You are more than welcome to ask me any questions. So I'm thinking the light's coming down like this, and it's going to hit the top of that piece right there. And also, I don't want that piece to totally blend into the tentacle, so we're going to leave it light on the edge. These are all little things that go through my brain, like you can make it as simple or as complex as you like. I feel like this, because there's a solid line, right?
Yeah, totally.
There's a solid line, so I picture like that kind of covering over, like the hair's twisting a little bit. So this part doesn't catch as much light, but it'll still catch a little bit.
So Trisha, when you said you were obsessed with ballerinas, how did that tie in with the art? Were you obsessed with like wanting to draw and paint them, or was it like a separate aside?
And I kind of do the same thing as I've done with all the other coloring, is I take the next dark color, or the next color I'm using, and I take it over what I've already done, and I drag it out a little bit further.
And Diane, what was it? So when you were about 19, you said you thought you would take a course on drawing. What was it? Do you remember what it was that made you think that you wanted to start doing something like that?
Well, and then why did you not carry on from that point?
Why didn't you do it, Diane?
Tell us more.
Why didn't you do it? No, I was kidding.
Entertain us and the masses.
We don't judge. Everyone's got their own path.
Everyone's got their own reasons for what they do.
Trisha says, I used to draw them, but I really wanted to be one. And then you see how nasty their toes look, and you're like, never mind.
It reminds me, the way you read that reminded me of Mrs. Doubtfire. I used to be one.
Totally.
Ah, Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's a good movie.
Yep.
We were at a cafe today grabbing coffee and some scrambled eggs. And this guy was sitting in the window off to my right side, and I was like, Kimball.
Mr. McAllister.
Look, it's Mr. McAllister. It's Kevin's dad from Home Alone, Mr. McAllister. And Kimball's all, yep.
It looked just like him. So going over with the white, we're just going to take it through and, burnish these colors. And kind of smoosh that color around. And clean it off sometimes just a little bit, because otherwise, if I go back down right where the highlight is, it can put a dark mark right in the center of a highlight, and that's no fun. And there we go. That's how we're going to do the hair. Oh, and since this light color lightened up the black quite a bit, I come back over and I'll just do a little bit.
Trisha says, I forgot to ask, did you speak to Hugh Grant?
No.
We were getting the heavy vibe that he didn't want to be bothered. And I'm really glad we didn't say anything, because I talked to my coworker, Octavia, and she's like, I'm really glad you didn't say anything to him, because he's like notoriously bad at like yelling at people in public when they talk to him. Or like being rude with them. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to have that interaction.
Yeah, all I would have said was, I like your work. That's literally all I would have said if I were to talk to any famous person, if I like their work.
I really wanted to be like, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I don't normally do this, but would you take a picture of my husband and me? And just see what he would say. I didn't do it, though.
You didn't. And then I remember the lady sitting behind you was like, she pulled the waitress over. She's like, oh my God, was that like a famous person? Is that somebody famous? He looks really famous. And then she's like, oh yeah, that's Hugh Grant. He comes in here a lot for stuff. You know, he's just quiet. She said he was really nice, so that's good. Always good to know that people are good to their, like, waiters and waitresses.
Diane says, you two are so funny. I was looking in a book on drawing, and I thought I would be able to do it. In the course, I was disappointed with my results. I give up rather than persevering.
I mean, I can understand that. It took me a long time not to, like, stop comparing myself to other people. That is something, whether it's in a book or, I mean, I grew up with a lot of artist friends, and some were just amazing. And so, yeah, it's, instead of feeling bad that I'm not as good as them, I just let their artwork inspire me. Like anybody's artwork, I get inspired by it, do my own thing. And then I find out it's just so much more enjoyable. With all these little dark pieces, there's no light hitting them, so I'm just filling them in black. I'm not sure, we're just gonna, maybe we'll do a little bit of highlight on that, I'm not sure what it is.
I feel like there's a true joy. There can be a true joy in just creation without any kind of pressure. When it's not like I'm not creating for the sake of like I need to do this for a living, or like I need to create because I need to like beat someone else's or like be better than someone else. When it's just you're purely creating for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the essence of like what makes it so special to have the ability to draw, is because the more you get used to it, the more you do it, the more you can like bring your vision to life.
Yeah, I've told Rocky a few times, I'm like, sometimes I just wonder, like, should I just stop with all the social media, like, everything? Because, like, I find myself, like, if I create just for myself off camera, and the piece turns out really great, then I'm like, why didn't I record that? That's, like, a missed opportunity. And then sometimes it's like I force myself to, like, create to, you know, put it on camera and share on social media, and then it doesn't turn out as great, and it's just, I don't know. Vicious cycle. The one plus about it, though, is that it motivates me to create. Because when I did my little hiatus last year, I was like, I'm going to do all this stuff, all this personal artwork. I hardly did anything. I took like a huge break from art. There was no reason that I had to do anything. It was just, I relaxed, you know, took a breather. It was great, but also I didn't create anything, which was very weird.
Well, do you think you're so motivated by like wanting to like do a really good piece that people respond to?
Yeah, for me, I get really excited when people get inspired by what I do, or not like they mimic me or anything, but like they're like, oh, that looks like fun. I'm gonna color too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is exciting. Or like if they see me use paints in a way that they haven't maybe, and they're like, I'm gonna try it. Of course, then I get a little bummed if they're like, I tried it and I hated it and you're horrible, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sorry.
Who said that?
Well, no one, but you know, it could happen. These things happen. I mean, I try to do stuff that like I've seen other people do and it does not work out. And nobody ever sees those pieces. I think it's funny because people, you know, they're like, every piece you do is so amazing. And I'm like, no, I just don't post the bad ones. I don't post the ones that I don't like.
How often does that actually happen though?
I don't know. Often enough to where I can say that, you know, that it's happened.
You need to show us some of the pieces you don't like after this.
I'd have to find them. But I don't throw them away. I'm not that person.
Well, they're in journals.
Well, I can rip them out. Sometimes I'll just paint over them. Or like if I don't like if I like the idea of the picture but it didn't execute well, I'll paint it in a different form. Like I'll paint over it with acrylics or something. Like the same piece. Okay, so on the plus side, we can stop whenever because I've shown you how I'm coloring everything. I think, right? We've done hair, ears, tentacles, face. So yeah. So now, I don't want to take it too late because Rick and I both have things to do. So maybe like to 8:20, like another 10 minutes or so. Maybe. But yeah, her bangs are going to be like the most annoying, which I don't really want to color those on camera because I'm going to have to turn the book a bunch because it's easier to like flick this way. Well, for me, since I'm right-handed, it's easier for me to do this way, which is the opposite way of her bangs. So I'm going to turn the book upside down, and there's going to be a lot of book turning when it comes to her bangs. I'm sure nobody really cares if I turn the book on camera, but you know, whatevs.
She reminds me of like the anime character of Lydia from Beetlejuice or something, like her black hair.
I can see that.
Are you excited for the new Beetlejuice movie?
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm not a huge fan of the original. I like it, but like, I was never like, yes, Beetlejuice. I was more into like superheroes and stuff. But I'm not like a huge Tim Burton person. Like, I really like his work.
Oh, Trish has a joke. Why are they called bangs?
I don't know. Why are they called bangs? Maybe she's just asking because aren't they called fringe here?
Oh, maybe it wasn't a joke. I thought it was like setting up a joke. Maybe it is. Come on, Trisha. Let's get the punchline.
I don't know. My brain instantly went to like dirty, and I'm like, that can't be it. If you don't know, I have a dirty, naughty mind.
Obviously. Diane says, your art is awesome!
Oh, thank you.
I'm excited to see your coloring book. No pressure if you change your mind. You create cool characters. That would be awesome in a graphic novel. Hint, hint. No pressure, though.
Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna show, first off, I used to color, like my friend used to draw a comic and I would color it. So I was gonna show that, but I forgot because I have to go digging for these things. And then also, I
Is it
did
still online somewhere?
that. I don't know.
I'll just look it up real quick.
BriarHollow.com.
1 second, I'll find it.
Let's try and do this section of hair up here. So basically, where she has drawn a lot of the dark lines, I just make that darker. Because I mean, it's either shadow or there's so much texture going on that the light's not going to hit it and make a shine. In my mind, anyway. But anyway, the story was very simple, and the art style is simple. So it's a cute little thing. It's basically just like a week. Like it's like Monday. That was like chapter 1 kind of thing, or the first issue, actually. You finding it?
I found it on Facebook. I got September from 2013, Kimball, 10 years ago.
Yep. That was when we lived in Portland in our little condo. Crazy. And it took so long to color. It took me probably like 8 hours per page to color if it was a little more detailed. I feel like I should sharpen my pencil again, but I don't want to.
I don't think it's online anymore. It was on a website that's not linking up anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure once I stopped coloring it, he stopped drawing it, so.
I mean, there's a bunch on Facebook.
Yeah. Anyway, I have the actual comics I can just share if I ever find them. They might just be on the bookshelf downstairs. Oh my god, something to share next week. Also, next week, what are we doing? Are we doing more coloring pages? Are we doing... Maybe I'll just do art, actually. I'll do a mermaid, because it's Mermay.
Eventually, once you get your coloring book done, you need to like print out a page and color an actual page of your comic book. That would be fun.
My coloring book?
Yeah, your coloring book.
I could also share it in the community and let everyone color along. I mean, I could do that now. I have, like, literally 10,000 drawings. Maestro. Adding in those highlights. Coming back in with the black. Cleaning it up. Hopefully, I know like a lot of people don't like Prismacolors because of the waxy bloom. So hopefully that's not reflecting the light too badly. That's one reason why I always take photos of my artwork from an angle, because if I do it directly above, a lot of times the light reflects the art supplies, which I don't love.
Trisha says, just asking. Yes, it's a fringe here. I don't know why it's called bangs. Why is it called bangs?
I don't know.
Because the minute someone cuts them on you, you want to like shoot them.
Probably.
Bang, bang.
I was reading about, I can't remember why we say bucks for money in the US, but there is a reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just a couple bucks. Because I was like, why did they say quid here? Like, where did that come from?
Diane says, this girl is looking great. I have to go and help my husband clean the garage. Yippee! Have a good week.
Yay! Oh my god.
Bye, Diane. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
It sounds awful. Good luck.
It's going to be so good. You're going to feel great when it's done.
Yeah.
The organization.
All the things that she doesn't really care about. I'm like, yay, I know where the screws are. All right, I think we're good. It is now 8, well, it's only 8:14. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll do this little patch down here. This will be somewhat easy. Sometimes you gotta find the point on the pencil. Sometimes you just gotta color out of the lines. I don't know what's hair and what's not down here.
It's quite subjective, I would say.
I'm just gonna do that.
Make it a solid mass.
This part is definitely gonna just be dark. These are the choices you gotta make while you're coloring.
I'm curious as to how many people watch this on their TVs versus on their phones versus on their tablets. Because I'm assuming if you're watching on TV, it's very hard to comment in the live stream.
Oh yeah. I am witness. Yes, I watch mostly on TV, so I don't comment too often, but like if there's something I feel like I just need to say, then I'll make a comment.
We try to thumbs up when we can, because it's like you can actually click to the thumbs up thing pretty easily from the TV.
Yeah. All right, those are going to be annoying because they're swirly whirly, and that's going to be annoying because it's like, oh my god, you know? That's what I'm talking about. I feel like I might color this tentacle up here, and then we'll color good. I just keep going. I'm like, next. It's only
Trisha says, always on the iPad for me.
I like the iPad. Mobile and easy to use.
I feel like the iPad you use most of all the things that we have.
Yeah.
Whether it's like for playing games or for watching things or whatever.
Well, it's these eyes. Well, I mean, I watch pretty much everything on the TV.
That's true.
But I don't know.
It's really just games.
Yeah. Well, games, Facebook, well, not YouTube, YouTube analytics, so I can see that scariness and bigness without having to squint. I tell you, checking your analytics, I don't know, I should stop doing that. Sometimes it's depressing, sometimes it's like uplifting.
I'm just over all the stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to do what I want. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Keyword searches and trends. I'm like, I just don't care.
And yet, how much time do you spend on the SEO trying to get the perfect title?
Well, it's funny because I spend, quite a few hours making the videos. I'm like, I want to at least like give them a chance. But then like lately, I'm like, whatever.
Right.
There's some things where you can very easily find out if there's certain words to use over others, but you have to kind of have an idea of what you want to say first.
Yeah. Also, it's hard finding words that like work for what you're actually showing.
Yeah.
It's like
you also have to say the words in the first like 6 seconds of the video.
Which I don't.
That's not true. You're like, hi, I'm Kimball, and today I'm drawing this.
Well, it's like, welcome back to Kimball's Corner, and then I'm like, are you really filming? Is this really happening? Oh my god. But I do try to spit it out at the very beginning so people know what they're watching, because,
The thumbnail doesn't say enough.
Well, right now it doesn't. Because I used to do thumbnails and stuff before I would do an art piece, and then YouTube started, like, mega glitching, and it wouldn't let me go live so I just stopped doing all that, and I do it later. To make my life easier. Should have made that piece a lot lighter, because it's on the top, but here we are.
Go get it with that white pencil.
Well, it's not going to do much to
Bring in the sunshine.
Bring the sunshine. Yeah, it's not going to do much, but we'll try. But that's what paint pens are for. And I think that one will be blue and that one will be orange.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe we should stop. Oh, it's only 8:18.
Oh my god. I'm pulling the camera down.
All right, we're going to stop here.
Ooh! You guys don't have vertigo.
Oh, I was like, you stand up too fast, you're going to fall?
Hope I don't fall.
Okay.
All right, and camera is not shaky anymore. Here we go.
We didn't finish it, but I'm going to finish it probably tonight while Rocky works out, or I'm going to work out and then do it. I don't know, whatever. I'm going to try and get it done so I can have it as a thumbnail. That's kind of important. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope we weren't terribly boring. I hope you got a little inspired. I hope you do a little coloring. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Get off my desk. We'll see you next week. I don't know. I'm going to do something painty, pencil-y, watercolory. No idea. Something to do with mermaids. It may be a prompt. May just make it up. I don't know. But we will find out then. Rocky's like...
I was reading comments.
Oh, okay.
Colleen says heart. And now, Kimball, it's time to do the sign-off dance. Go ahead.
I don't want to dance.
Oh my god, just dance it in your chair.
Yes.
You're that guy. Trisha says, never boring. See you next time.
All right. I got thumbs. I know how to use them.
Oh my god. All right, we love y'all. We'll see you
Bye,
next week.
guys.
Bye.